First delivery 5:32, 3 minutes, 1.4 miles. Another holiday jogger. Delivery 2, 6:10 p.m., 7 minutes, 3.9 miles. So midnight oil, right? How do we sleep when our earth is turning? Or actually, you know what? Let me start over. Peter Garrett was born in 1950. Peter Garrett was born in 1953, the guy in Midnight Oil, remember? How do we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while... Right, I forgot about the English thing. How do we dance when our earth... Sorry about that again. How do we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? Okay, that guy. Okay. He was born in 1953. They're out of Sydney. Midnight Oil started before I was born. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they began in 1971 or 72. And they've been around a long time. He's an honorable figure in Australia. He's basically a political figure. He's a political activist. I don't know if he sits on any kind of governmental position, but he might as well. But I'm wondering what he's doing, though, you know, to give it back to the Aborigine in Australia. Of course, the music helps. He became a political activist. I just thought it was interesting. Oh, man. I remember that in the 90s, though. It took them a long time to get there. I didn't know they were that old. They had been around for 20 years before we even knew who they were. So it's, how do we dance when our earth is turning? And how do we sleep while our beds are burning? It's a great lyricist, great musician. The band's great, too. But they were around 20 years before you really even heard of them. 20 years. It's 2 decades. Who knows what they went through. They have some of the footage of some of their live, like them playing live before an audience in, I believe it's in a few of their videos, maybe in Beds Are Burning. The other song that I was talking about goes, I believe that's called The Dead Heart. Yeah. I don't know your custom, don't speak your tongue. That one. I think that one's called Dead Heart. Thought this was cool. They had a fire hydrant in their yard. There's a motorcycle gang. I don't know their name though. There's 3 of them. You ever watch that movie or that TV cable show, Sons of Anarchy? No, I did my when I did my play readings, I had actors come over. Like, I must have tried to employ like 30 actors or something. Not all at once, but throughout these 3 plays that I conducted in my apartment at Las Colinas. Colinas Ranch. Colinas Ranch, which is in Irving. Near Las Colinas, but it was Colinas Ranch. But anyway, when I did my craft services or, you know, catering, I did it from Jason's Deli. But it's a little secret. I didn't really have them cater it. What I did was I got all you can eat Jason's Deli like 3 or 4 times and just created my own catering out of like hummus and things like that, a take home. So it was like Jason's Deli take home 3 or 4 times, or I think it was like 3 times. And like, really no one snacked on or anything. It was like carrots and hummus, and so I did the whole thing for, you know, whatever, 3 Jason's Deli. Back then I think it was $9 a piece, so it would be 3 times 9, like $27 or something like that. But it was only like a cast of, I think the first one was maybe 6 or 7, 8 actors. Same with the second one and the third one. They snacked a little bit. I guess that counts. You know, hummus and, you know, I don't know. And then, you know, those little cornbread things. You know, whatever you can get at the Jason's Deli thing. So, I think I went out and bought some, like, meat, too. Some kind of, like, lunch meat or something. I don't really remember. I really don't. But it was, like, mostly Jason's Deli stuff. It's craziness. Way back in the day. Well, it wasn't way back in the day, actually. It was 2000, maybe that was done in 2000, close to 2020. All right, next delivery, 6:45 p.m., 5 minutes, 1.7 miles. We carry in our hearts the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We carry and we follow. We carry in our hearts the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in our steps our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Broken! Has a little bit of a Christian concept. To me, it does a little bit. Because we're all broken. All right, guys, next delivery, 6:55 p.m., 4 minutes, 1.7 miles. So I'd say Midnight Oil, other than like U2 and eventually like Pearl Jam and other bands, they were very, very #1 political band, you know. Especially when you have a voice, you know. I don't speak your, I don't know your custom, don't speak your tongue. It just comes off as just like a protest band, you know. It's very powerful stuff. Still works even today. I mean, they can compete with any of the best of the bands today. They're a very, very powerful band. Midnight Oil, they're like one of my favorites. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your customs, don't speak your tongue. White man, come take everyone. I didn't write it. Peter Garrett wrote it from Midnight Oil. It's a song called The Dead Heart. At the time, he was suffering when he wrote all that, too. Don't know anything about him. Looked up a little bit of stuff on Wikipedia. He's an incredible artist, that's all I have to say. There's a skyline of Fort Worth. Don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your customs, don't speak your tongue. White man, come take everyone. Or modern day Beethoven is what that guy was. No one ever talks about him, nothing, no interviews, nothing. It's like he disappeared. From Sydney, Australia. Probably one of the greatest rock bands since U2. You know, for political activists, though. Great lines, too. Great lyricist. It's a beautiful, beautiful skyline of Fort Worth on the other side of Henderson, right here. Ooh, motorcycle just passed by. Look, I know our vlog should be at least getting a few hundred or maybe even a few thousand. We can't control exactly how it all works out. But I'm just a believer. I think it's pretty good, so I don't know. But, you know, I have a big feeling, even if I went to Walt Disney World and did like the perfect vlog, it'd still only get like 20 or 30. It's like capped. But you know what? Why stop speaking? You know, why be voiceless? You know, I don't see the reason. If you can give me a good reason to be voiceless, you know. And like I've studied mime, and they have a voice in their body, you know. They still can express themselves, is what I'm really saying. Maybe it's not about all the particular words, but it's just about the attempt to express yourself, to say something, you know, that you're here and that, you know, your stuff counts. Why else would you do it? You know? If you're like really quiet, listen, when they come for you, you'll definitely let your voice be known. That's what I have to say. You'll let your voice be known. All right. This is the bridge. The other one has the Christmas lights on it right there. For Merry Christmas. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just getting real political because of midnight oil. What I mean is that, you know, if you get bothered enough, either, I don't know how it is in life, you know, whatever it is it's getting at you, you'll let your voice be known eventually. You know, you'll do something about it, you know. You should, you know. That's why there is protest, you know. That's what Protestant means, right? Because, you know, you're just like, well, I'm tired of this. So you just start going, this is the West Fort Trinity River right here. So you don't have a dead heart. That's why that song is called A Dead Heart, probably. You want to have a heart that's alive, you know? You want to be in tune with what's going on. You want to be able to respond like a human being, you know? Like a real person. Hi, how you doing? You doing okay? That kind of thing. Doesn't that sound like a real person? And I brought myself a little snack. Bread. It's just 3 slices of bread. See? 3 slices of bread. Isn't that something? It's that kind of bread that it says in Walmart that's made with love. It's honey wheat. It's got a little touch of honey in it. We carry in our heart the true country. That can't be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Broken! We're broken people. So don't be ashamed of it. Just know that the new army will be a broken army, led by the poor, the crippled, and those that follow the Messiah and have the bread of life. Purple, the color of his robe. Control the sky. Control the world. Next delivery is 7:46 p.m., 4 minutes, 1.8 miles. I think these go-karts here, and they're active right now, they're Rockwood, I think. Rockwood go-karts. Believe it or not, Kia, they started off making go-karts. They were a go-kart company. Pretty cool, huh? Some nice Christmas lights out tonight. We're on Northwest 14. Here's some more right over here. It must be a joy to be able to do that. String up a bunch of Christmas lights. It's a little bit of work. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive a king. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Dead Heart, Midnight Oil, check them out. Our next delivery is 8:21 p.m., 5 minutes, 1.9 miles. So, you know, there may be certain reasons why the show is not at 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers. There's some people that have done me wrong in the past, and I can promise you this: I'm not going to put you in the spotlight. I know you were young, I know you were stupid, so, and you can always live by that philosophy, being young and stupid. And I know you hurt me, but I'm not going to get like revenge and justice. You know, I'm not going to shame you. I should, but I'm not going to. Because I know that you didn't know what you were doing. And, you know, people have already paid for a lot of that anyway. But people do people wrong, and those people sometimes go off and be famous, you know. And they have the power in any interview at any moment to mention names. And it's a harsh thing. Elie Kazan did it, and people booed at him for it. I mean, it was over McCarthyism, but still he did it. The same thing. He did it to free himself, you know, and people hated him for it. You know, because it's not going to, me getting revenge is not going to make things right. But hey, listen, when you step on someone's foot with a golf cleat, it still hurts anyway, you know. When you hurt somebody, it still hurts. But sometimes they have to feel what's known as a biblical pain. And that can't be explained. That has to do with God's design. But you shouldn't hurt men because of that. You know, because you have the opportunity to serve the Lord. And that's really your only opportunity. And, you know, there is a blessing in doing that. You know, God loves his children. He does. There's a blessing in serving the Lord. There's Santa. Ho, ho, ho. I just like the music. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Don't know your customs, don't speak your tongue. A white man come take everyone. Written by Midnight Oil. Guy's name is, I think, Peter Garrett. Great guy. Really intense. Look at these Christmas lights. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Beautiful blue lights right there. Really nice one. I think this is little bush ones, right? The little red reindeer and all that kind of stuff. Little red bushes and little kind of amber gold. What is that color? Kind of an amber, off-white kind of color. Here's a nice one right here. Little blue and kind of silver. Isn't that wonderful? Do have a cat. Isn't that a cute kitty? Hey, little kitty. It's a little black and white tuxedo cat, maybe. It's a little gray and white, maybe. Look at this artwork right here. Wow, looks pretty good. Right off North Bailey. I did it, 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 I did it. I did it, I did, I did, I did. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your customs or speak your tongue. Anyway, it's a rough song. I don't know. It's kind of one of those songs. Dead Hard is kind of it gets stuck on you. Stuck on you a little bit. You know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think his name is Garrett, the guy that wrote that off. The last name Garrett from Midnight Oil. Next delivery, 8:49 p.m. 4 minutes, 1.3 miles. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Companies, yeah, companies, yeah, companies, yeah. Mining companies, pastoral companies, uranium companies, oh, they got more rights than people. Go-kart companies, I love that part in The Dead Heart. I never knew he was talking about companies. He's talking about pastoral companies, mining companies, uranium companies. They got more right than people. La, 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 la. Companies are. You okay, kitty? Carry in our hearts the true country that cannot be stolen. We follow the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. know, songs, like, they're so, like, addictive, you know? That's when you know it's a really good song, you know, regardless of whatever, you know, it means or whatever, you know. It gets addictive. That's how Midnight Oil, a few of their number one hits are, you know. They're that kind of band. It's cool, you know. I'll probably come across another song, too. I have, like, this little mix thing that plays, like, the greatest hits and stuff. Even though they were, like, an alternative rock band, you know, they could easily have been punk if they wanted to, but they went with the alternative rock, you know, in the same nature of R.E.M. and other bands like them, you know. They could have easily have been a punk song if they wanted to make it that way, but they didn't. They kept it, I guess you could call it rock, you know, rock and roll. Midnight Oil, The Dead Heart. Next delivery is 9:33 p.m. 1 minute, 0.5 mile. And the bread of life.